Joe, good morning, man. How you doing?
Hey,
today?
what's up? How's everything?
Everything is good. There's lots of action, man. It's that time of year. We head off to Tinley Park, Illinois tomorrow. Some people head there today.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, like the ripples of energy through the hobby and the industry and the community are there. Josh and Alicia are already packing up. They're about to hit the road. I bet Aaron will be heading over there shortly. I don't know if Jen's going to make Tinley or not. Who else is in here hanging out? Got people on Facebook this morning I was talking to. They were like, I didn't know they would be there. Yeah, Aaron's leaving at 6 a.m. He leaves tomorrow. Yeah, I leave tomorrow at 6 a.m. as well. This is tomorrow morning's go time.
So it's an exciting weekend and it's exciting time. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, and it's exhausting as well. So everybody will be. It'll be one of those like fun, like you just beat at the end of it, but you have a good time kind of thing. And honestly, you're beat when you start because you got to pack everything, and then like the Harbins are traveling from Tennessee. I got a little bit shorter trip than they do.
Yeah, what is it? It's like five hours for you.
It's funny. I always have to relook. I was just typing it in on the map here as we were going live. It says 6 hours and 15 minutes are the
6 hours.
Yeah, man. I could be on the outside of Chicago in about like 4:45 or so, but then you got to hit that beltway and I got to get all the way to the southeast side of Chicago. I'm coming in from the west.
So is there anybody that this is kind of strange. Like, is there anybody that you've had a conversation with recently that you have never met in person that you will meet in person, or is there are there too many to actually talk about?
That's why we do the show together, Joe. You bring the good questions, man. I got to think about that because there's a ton of people that like will have been on the show or I've bought and sold animals to that I've never met.
Right, yeah.
And then we'll meet in Tinley. I have to think about that. You're gonna have to give me just a second, but I'm certain that there's lots, and I've been lucky enough that I travel more and get to more shows than I've ever been getting to nowadays. I sound like an old man, but these days. But I have to think.
These days is much better.
These days, yeah, nowadays. Oh, jeez. Anyway, while I think about that, what's been going on with you? How's your week, man? You've had your some pretty cool life changes. Is the honeymoon wearing off? Or are you still feeling high?
No, it feels great. It's good. I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago, I said, I wanted to make sure that I had enough to do and I feel like I definitely have enough.
You've got enough.
Almost too much.
Good for you. And
like the next 24 hours, I think it's just packed in with trying to get things done before I meet certain people tomorrow. And, so but I also have to do all of my grading and all of that stuff. And I wanted my class to be great last night. So it's just like, it's just a lot. So, but hey, I'm not complaining. That's great. I mean, it's all really great. And
it's
fun
all,
stuff. And
it's all for number one, man. It's all for you.
Yes, exactly. So, and let's see, this past week was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast. We went to see Steve and Marty on Sunday night. Steve Martin Short Show. It's always really fun. I think that was my third time I saw
Did they have? I saw an ad for them coming to Minnesota. Did they have Steep Canyon Rangers with them? The band?
They did. They did. Yes,
that's cool.
yeah.
That's a nice
And
lineup, then, man.
They were phenomenal. They were so good.
Yeah.
I mean, since I've seen the show so many times, and it doesn't really change that much.
Okay, they got the bits that they have down, and that's
they have their
they do what they do. Yeah.
They actually kind of ruin them, like on like talk shows and stuff. They use some of the same lines and stuff, but still, they're just having fun, and it's good to see those two old guys having fun.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say old guys. They have. Steve's a phenomenal banjo player. The energy that they bring to the show is just so fun. But I would say, because I've seen it a few times, the Steep Canyon, what is it?
Steep Canyon Rangers.
Rangers. Better, like the best part of the show.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Fun watching them play. It was great.
Yeah.
Really good.
They're, I think they're from Asheville, but they're certainly from either Western North Carolina or East Tennessee. So a lot of those guys were around. I'd see a lot of like either Steep Canyon Rangers shows or so-and-so from Steep Canyon Rangers. And people that don't know, they're basically bluegrass, mountain band kind of thing, but they're really, really good, man. They're
really good. And there was an upright bass. I talked about the upright bass last.
Well, you left us hanging. So what happened? You inquired on this bass at the old brewery down the road.
Yeah, it's not for sale. That's the response I got.
They're smart. They're like, you have to come back to play it, right? That's their thing, huh?
The guy was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the email, but it's my brother-in-law's bass that he plays in our band or something like." Then he's not quite ready to sell it just yet.
Yeah, I see. All right. Well,
but I guess they leave it out just for people to play it. But I have a friend who is like, he's getting into more and more of like a distributor and seller of guitars. Actually, it's a guy I used to work with at the accounting firm. And he has a couple of buildings, and he's turning one of the buildings into a guitar space, and he's going to have people come and play guitars there and buy guitars. So I was like, hey, you just look around. If you got a beat on an upright bass.
Oh, they're out there, man. Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, so you got the itch. It's going to happen at some point then.
I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
I'm not sure. There's a few other purchases I'd like to make that are probably more important than
you start getting you get your little contracts coming in. You start spending money like a big timer. This is good. I like this, Joe.
It's been a great week. That would be my one thing, is going to see the show, but it was a great weekend all around. It was fun. Chelsea's colleague at the college there, she puts together a film series, and it's in Ocala, Florida. And we went up to Ocala on Saturday night, and it's like a Beatles themed film series.
Okay.
And so there was some karaoke there of Beatles music, and it was right in the square of Ocala, Florida. And I hadn't really ever hung out in California, maybe one time.
So this is like a public thing, not just
okay.
Yeah,
it was cool. It was actually really
I thought it was karaoke in somebody's living room. Okay.
No, it was like out in the main square of Ocala. It was actually really fun. And Ocala's a really cool little small town. It was awesome. And then the film was Hard Day's Night. And
cool.
Not cool. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't enjoy the film? I like the song. I like the 4 minutes of the song.
Yeah, that was the best part of it. Was the
right.
Song. And then I was like, what the hell's in between all these songs? This is dumb.
Well, there's a reason.
It made me think, like, why did people like this?
Well, I think that there's a reason why when people think of the Beatles, they think of 99 Things before, their movies were great.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't actually really stick around for the movie. I was like, Ocala looks pretty cool. I'm going to go walk around a little bit.
Irish goodbye, my man. That's what there we go. I got my own. That's the way you do it right there. Let's give a little thanks here. Thanks to Creative Reptiles, always supporting, always sharing stories. I think he said you're not going to be able to come to Tinley, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope to see you there, but I think he said you weren't going to be able to make it. But I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for the support. We're able to come to you guys ad-free on Proper Royals live content. You didn't have to see an ad to get in. If you're watching on the replay, no interruptions. Palm Street helping us out. I get to hang out with the Palm Street folks at Tinley this weekend. If you haven't checked out Palm Street, you should. It's a live selling platform, and it's illegal. You're allowed to sell reptiles, and you're supported selling your reptiles there. So check it out. What a great platform. They're doing good stuff for us. Joe, I got to make a couple announcements. I don't usually have to do that on
announcements. Wow.
But I would be remiss if I did not. Today at 9 a.m. Eastern, right after the show, we're going to finish at like 8:30 Eastern. At 9 a.m. Eastern on this channel is the unveiling episode of this new project, new entity, new evolution of shed testing in reptiles called Phenome. And I have the whole Phenome team with me on the show, philosophically, YouTube-wise, with me. And you're right. And we go through everything that Phenome is. It's Charlie Williams from Shed Testing. It's Patrick McKnight, who's the Dr. Patrick McKnight from Aura Reptiles. And then some of the most unique keepers in the industry have partnered for this incredible big genetic project. And I can't give any more information until
I have so many questions.
Until the 9 a.m. rollout. You can ask next week after you check out the episode, but that'll be right here on the Proper Royals YouTube channel immediately following the show at 9 a.m. So pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, pretty cool opportunity. Funny story, since we like to pull the curtain back. It's not that funny, but it's a little bit funny. I'm going to have fun with it. We like to pull the curtain back. Chris Eaton was the one that was asked to do that show and to break the information. And, you know, we're not exactly journalists breaking news, but it's pretty fun when you get a scoop and somebody trusts you. And,
sure. Yeah.
Charlie at shedtesting.com has worked with myself and Chris. Chris and I become buddies. We work together. So, anyway, Chris got the rollout episode kind of deal. And then, Chris had a heart procedure, and there were complications with the heart procedure. And I could joke a little bit about it because he's doing well. I'll let him give the updates, but I've spoken with Chris. But now that Chris is okay, the jokes have started to come out that, you know, you better be nice to Adam or you end up in a hospital kind of thing. And in the episode, like, so the episode was filmed live, but it's not being filmed live at 9 a.m. It's already in the can. It's already uploaded. Okay. It's already ready to go. And so we debated whether in that episode I should have thanked Chris for being a real pro and, you know, taking a dive in the 7th round, just like we talked about, kind of thing. So anyway, thanks, Chris, for, you know, the opportunity, and know that all of your complications weren't for nothing. I appreciate it. And want to see it back.
A little silver lining here.
A little silver lining. Yeah. You always got to look for the upside in these things. I mean, that's what you do. So anyway, I got to give Chris a call today, find out how he's doing again, but he's doing all right. So yeah, so there's that. And then Joe, I got a jersey for you. It's going to be on its way. I'm finally going to send you a care package of Proper Royals swag.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed.
I have noticed. Yeah, you're looking sharp up top there. You got the one-off.
Check it out.
Yeah, you got the chrome on charcoal, which was that was a one-off on that one. No others. That's right.
This is fantastic. Yeah, it's a great hat.
That's what Joe gets, you know. But you'll have a jersey soon. And if you order custom jerseys, they'll be ready at Tinley for pickup. And if you want to check out jerseys, you can't get a custom one, but you can get a limited edition one. And they all have unique numbers on them. All of them are individually numbered, so you'll have your own number. And the old Tinley, it's becoming a thing. People, I wouldn't say it's a hashtag, but like the comments, all the way back, all the way left. It's becoming like a thing of how to. That's where Adam's table at Tinley is. So,
all the way back, all the way left. Is it a good spot?
Well, you know what? There is a good lesson here. Silver lining. Tinley is so packed and so convoluted, and it's not exactly a square or a rectangle. It's sort of this weird, like 2 angled rooms jammed together. So describing where anybody is at, like it would be fun just in the comments for people to be like, give a description of where your table is at. You have to be like, well, it's the 7th aisle from the left, 2/3 of the way down on the right. Like it's so hard to figure out. And then when you're there, you have no idea where the 7th aisle is. So my table is literally the farthest back to one side that you could be from the entrance. And so when I got it, I was like, man, I worked all this hard for this. But it's become a real blessing in disguise because I could tell people, here's exactly where I'm at. I haven't moved, and this will be, I don't know, my fifth Tinley. So it's starting to get like location recognition and
it's
memory
actually
and all that.
Yeah, it's actually an easy place to describe.
Yeah,
all the way back, all the way to the left.
And you're going to walk the whole show anyhow. You're going to get to me eventually. I don't care. So yeah, all the way back, all the way left.
That's a question I have. Like, do you have to survey an entire menu of options before you actually make a decision?
So there's, I was talking about this weekend. I was vending at the Minnesota Reptile Show, Cold Blooded Expos. There's the people that get in early and they know I look like really pink in the mirror today. Like I look like I've been like sunning or, got a little burn or something. It's distracting me, but
it's that Minnesota sun.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just cooking me. Yeah. Anyway, there's people that get in early and they're like, I know what I'm after. I think I know who has it. And I've got cash or I've got the payment figured out. And those happen, boom, really fast start of the show. And if you could get those, you feel good because you kind of take off and you're like, yeah, I got a little money in the bank now. I'm good. But then there's like a lull all day where people are checking out all the different things. They make their rounds and then they come back and you never know if they come back. I mean, 9 out of 10 don't. They're like, oh, well, we'll be back. I'm going to look around. Yeah, okay. Sayonara, pal. Have a good day, But then usually lunchtime, very early afternoon, the sales start ticking up. People have either looked around or by the time they get all the way back, all the way left, they've seen it. So if they make it to me and they're still looking to buy, I got a fighting chance of being like that's actually like, and you work out different lines and different shticks for different shows. Like my Tinley shtick is like, look, if you've made it here, you've already seen what's out there. If this is your time. This is where you gotta make a decision, right? This is where you need to commit right now. So,
okay, you've seen the whole thing,
right?
There's your time. Let's do it.
Yeah. What's the number then?
I've got it right here. Come
on.
It's
right here. Why walk another half mile? What are we doing here? So that is a little bit of the shtick there. I forgot to mention too. For the first time ever, I have Proper Royals stickers.
That's great.
First time ever. They'll be at Tinley. Bam.
That's great. I think, I think my question was more in general.
Oh yeah.
Like when you and do you know people that don't survey the entire menu, and they go, okay, I'm gonna go for this. Like even like I'm using the word menu, like at a restaurant. Like, do you know people that go, I'm gonna go to this page, and I just know, and I'm gonna look at that, and I'm not gonna look at anything else.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make my decision there. And because I was just working with somebody who was like that, and I was like, hey, hang on a second, we got to go through this whole thing and make sure that we're making the best option possible.
Oh, I am that guy. I know what I want. And so tomorrow night, there's a steakhouse in Tinley. I'm having the ribeye. You can tell me a different kind of ribeye. If you got a Wagyu ribeye versus a regular, prime ribeye, all right, let's check it out. But yeah, I'll have the ribeye. I'll have the Brussels sprouts. I'll have some Cabernet, and and a wedge salad to start first course, please. There's a great little like a bodega / restaurant right here in town. I don't even know what else is on their menu. Chicken burrito. Thank you very much. That's it.
Adam, you're cutting yourself off from all of the other possible options. If they do a good chicken burrito, then maybe they do a good steak burrito.
You said two words that I don't like. You said maybe and if. I don't care about maybes and ifs. I know what I'm getting with that chicken burrito. If I hit on it,
waste time.
Yeah, if I hit on it, it's gold. I don't have to risk dissatisfaction.
Okay, how about now? What about this? So I sat down with Aiden the other night, and we're going through colleges, and he said, let's just make sure that by the end of this, of working through these college options, we have 10, right?
Okay.
So I made this whole spreadsheet and everything, and I really worked it out. And we were working through all of the states. Like, would you want to be in this state? Would you want to be in this state? And then we look at like what's available there. And we got to Pennsylvania, and it was more than 10. We got to like 15, and he's like, okay, that's good. And I was like, wait a second. We have to go through the rest of the states to make sure. And he's like, no, this is fine. And I'm like, no. I mean, what if there's a great place in Wisconsin? What if there's a great place in Wyoming? I mean, we got to check all these things out. We got to look at the entire menu of options.
In all seriousness, this is actually something that we wrestle with. And I say I've been out of operations, but I still consult in restaurants all the time. There's a study, and I have to find it, and so I can't cite things properly, but I'll give you the abstract. They did a study of where people spend the most time in a grocery store.
Okay.
And they found that where the people spend the very most time in the grocery store is on the salad dressing aisle. Now, I'm not saying cumulative time. I'm saying within one visit, if you go to that aisle, you're going to spend the most time on the salad dressing aisle. Two things happen. One, you get overwhelmed by all the choices. There's a bazillion flavors, and you get paralyzed because there's too many choices, and you start overanalyzing and all of this and that. But the outcome is what's really weird, and I can't give the exact number, but it is far and away you take the ranch. You spend all the time and you just go with the thing. So I cut all that out. I know, why am I going to look around? I want the ribeye. That's it. Thank you. So next time you're at the salad dressing aisle, save yourself the headache, go right to the ranch and get on with the day. And I just gave you time in your life back. And that could be similar. Like, what are you talking about? What's he going to find in Wyoming? This is the idealistic.
Come on, man.
There's only one soulmate in the universe. No, you're going to find somebody that's pretty good and checks all, 80% of the boxes, and you're going to have a beautiful life together. She could be in Pennsylvania or, wherever. You're going to 15.
This is not, with all due respect, this is not salad dressing. This is where you're going to spend the next few years of your life.
He came up with a list of 15. The answer's in that list somewhere. An answer that is perfectly acceptable, not called Tennessee, has to be in that list, right?
Oh man, there's something. Then there's something about me. Then that's like, I gotta make sure. I gotta look at every single one. How can we get through 60% of the places that we could look and not finish the 33%?
I don't know.
Just to look at the options.
How do you order a beer at these breweries that have 30 things on tap?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a thing. I got to make sure I read through. And now I'm not going to waste anybody else's time, but I'm fine wasting my own time. I'll go and I'll look at the whole menu. I'll read through the descriptions and go, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. And I got to go through the whole thing before I make my first decision.
Yeah, I'm like, I at least whittle it down. I'm like, give me a dark beer, give me something that I can actually enjoy and not be sideways, because these craft beers want to be like 9% these days. That's too much, man.
Yes,
I need to be able to function.
Okay, at the beginning of our session, he said, "Yeah, I want to look in Tennessee," but we did like a methodical go through all of the states. We stopped in Pennsylvania. We didn't even get to Tennessee. He didn't even get to the thing that he started out. I don't know. Maybe it's an Aiden thing. I don't know.
Let me ask you. Hey, look, man. If you could be decisive and move on, he's gonna be okay. How's the old kicking pitches going? Is he gonna get a little NIL money? Gonna get some?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What's he doing here, huh?
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Still blasting those rockets off his foot.
He is doing well. Yeah, he's doing well. I mean, he's got another game. He's got 4 games left. He's great. He's doing really, really well. He's got a camp that he needs to go to, I think the next weekend, which is always good for him. And then we have like a national showcase that we're going to in December. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on. Like people are saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you applying and stuff like that?" But I mean, recruiting goes on a little bit later, I think, than like a lot like people who don't play sports or something. I think they're putting in applications to colleges, and we are doing that kind of thing. But I think kind of the recruiting happens a little later than that, really? Which is kind of nerve-wracking. But
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
So my actual one thing, Joe, made me think of you this week, and it made me think of the show. And I mean this in all seriousness. I actually shared it in the little Patreon group. It's a quote by Kurt Vonnegut, the author, man. Okay. And I thought I would share it because I think we forget to do this stuff, but it's also like the most fun. And it made me think of our night of a couple beverages in St. Paul not too long ago.
Yeah, so yeah.
This is the author Kurt Vonnegut speaking on telling his wife that he's going to go buy one envelope, and here's the quote. "Oh," she says, "well, you're not a poor man. Why don't you go online and buy 100 envelopes and put them in the closet?" And so I pretend not to hear her and go out and get an envelope, because I'm going to have a hell of a good time in the process of buying one envelope. I meet a lot of people. I see some great looking babies. I see a fire engine go by. I give them the thumbs up. And I'll ask a woman what kind of dog that is. And I don't know. The moral of the story is we're here on Earth to fart around. And of course, the computers will do us out of that. And what the computer people don't realize, or they don't care, is we're dancing animals. We love to move around. It's like we're not supposed to dance anymore. Like, I love that quote where you just got to get out and see what you see. You just stroll around. Kelly tells me all the time, she's like, "You just go wandering." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And I find the best stuff, and I come back with the best stories. And it's so fun. That it's kind of what we do on this show too. We just meander a little bit and find cool things with the audience and our friends. But it's what we did that night out in St. Paul. We're just like, how about here? Maybe we'll go check out.
Let's try this.
We could have bought a 24 pack and sat on the porch, which still would have been fun. We would have had good times. But I think we would not. I think it's safe to say we would not have ended up at a diner at 3 a.m. drinking milkshakes with rock stars. I mean, that probably wouldn't have happened had we not just gone for that stroll, you know?
Right. I love, yeah, like even it, one of the things that I'm really happy about is that both Raleigh and Aiden like to do that as well. Like my stepkids really like going to just like, hey, can we go downtown Tampa and just like walk around? Like they like doing that kind of thing where there's like not really a plan and we're just enjoying things and we're just walking around and like just wandering. The thing, like my obsession now with getting an upright base, that was a wander. That was a wander. You know, just walking down the street and they go,
see
oh,
what's
I
in
heard
this
about
room.
this.
Yeah,
try
right.
this. Yes. Oh man, it's the spice of life.
Yeah. When I was in, I had to, in 2019 or 18, and it doesn't matter. I had a really good fortune from a family trip. I had the opportunity to go to Maui. We spent a week in Maui, which was like heaven on earth. It was fantastic. But I was so, jet lagged. I was waking up at like 3:30 every morning. And I would just go out, and we were in Lahaina, which is the town that burnt in that horrible fire. But
okay.
I would go and just walk about Lahaina until the sun came up when everybody else was waking up in the house. And you see the restaurant delivery drivers, you see the breakfast cooks showing up, the coffee shop getting opened, and you go down to the docks and the marina. And all the deckhands they're getting their boats ready, and you just start talking to people, and you find these these cool things, you know. And I love that stuff, man. That's a blast to me. That was incredible.
Yeah. It makes me wish I was a morning person, just to get up and you get the
right.
The
yeah, I rarely am, but on vacation, it's funny. Yes. Kelly is up at like 5 a.m. every day here at home, and I forever try to sleep in at home. On vacation, we switch. On vacation, like I'm up. I want to go like take every bit of wherever we're at in. And she's like, "It's vacation, just sleep in." I'm like, we got it backwards here. It's too different, you know. That was my one thing. That was my one thing. The Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah, this is the one I wanted to catch up on. Talks about a study that shows if customers are presented two equally good options, they are 2 times more likely to pick neither due to indecision. Yeah. Interesting. So, I mean, does that have any bearing on what you like? So fewer options is actually better,
or more differentiated options, or you have to. Or to me, that says also you have to clarify why your option is better fast. Like you don't have much. There you go. Have the clear message and solution for your customer. Like you have to answer that. If you see them waffling, you gotta give some sort. That's your moment to make a pitch of this is better than the other. And hopefully it's heartfelt and genuine. But whatever it is, that's your moment right there.
What about your last weekend? I mean, how was you went to a local show in it was Minneapolis?
Minneapolis, yeah, hometown show. Those are the best kinds, man.
How'd it go?
It was good. It was really an exaggerated version of what I described earlier. Like 10 minutes into the VIP opening, boom, 3 sales. I'm walking on sunshine. I'm like, oh, I am the man here in town. This is good. Everybody, there's a few new faces since I made the announcement mentioned earlier. 9 a.m. on the Proper Royals channel, we'll have the next evolution of shed testing with Phenome from Charlie. Good morning, man.
Really exciting.
9 a.m. That's coming up.
Check it out.
And then, so I get the VIP sales, and then Joe, I swear it was 5 hours before I made another sale. And then in the very last hour, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. was like $600 in sales. And so it ended up being a really good day, but it was really like, got to stay focused, got to stay professional. And there was the lull. The midday lull was a little bit.
I wonder what that is. What is the midday lull? Why does that happen?
Oh, I think it's because I think it's for everything we're talking about. It's the overwhelming choices.
Okay.
You just get paralyzed by choices and opportunities. There's all these ball pythons and all these words and all these people with their stickers and lights and banners and
so
pets and morphs and odds.
So you've got your type at the very beginning, which is I know what I want, I know where to go, and
they bought the VIP ticket. Yeah, they're in.
And then you have my type, who is I got to make a perusal. I got to peruse the entire area, really think about the thing. This is a big decision,
right?
And then I'm gonna go. Proper Royals is my guy.
That's right.
So, is there anything in between? How do you get the people in between? That would be my question. Then, how do you get the people in between? How do you get the people?
Well,
in the middle of the day, who's buying? I wonder when you talk to other vendors, is this their experience as well?
I think so, but it's all of it's so nebulous. I mean, you just got to put the best out there that you can every time. I mean, what it says to me is I have to stay on all the time because the people at the end of the day that buy, they're the ones I've seen 3 times. I mean, I even have jokes and shticks for them. I'm like, oh, the third time's a charm. That's where you fall in love,
So the people that bought at the end of the day in Minneapolis, you saw them throughout the day. And then they finally came up to you at the end and bought a snake.
No, they'd already been to the table several times.
Yeah.
And
okay.
And it's funny because of again, I always think about cross career, cross specialization. In the restaurants, man, I could remember a face and I couldn't remember names, but I could tell somebody. It was almost like a carnival trick. Like I could tell them what they had on their very first time that I ever met them and where they were sitting, and how big their party was. Like I could remember those things. So I do that sometimes where I'm like,
that's amazing.
Hey, you were here 2 hours ago. That snake is still available. It's still ready. I mean, you're back. Do you need a third time? Third time's a charm. Take another round to come back again. It's you're doing your thing. You're connecting with them, but you're also pushing.
I had a weird thing happen last night. I went to my class, but I was a little hungry, so I went into this deli to get something. And I'd only been in this deli one time, maybe a year ago, and the guy recognized me. I mean, that is a gift.
It's great, isn't it? It's a great feeling, isn't it?
You've been in here before, right? You walk across the way at the college. And I was like, yeah, I've been in here one time a year ago, and you remember me.
Yeah.
But maybe that's because I'm such an odd-looking individual.
You're handsome, my friend.
That's what I chalked it up.
Yeah,
That's what I chalked it up to.
But that feels like good service. And if somebody has that skill, it is good service. I mean, that's that differentiating point. Okay, now that deli feels better than some equally good deli across the street that doesn't remember you. That's that one little bit of differentiation, right?
Yeah. I'd like to hear if this is the pattern. You have a surge in the morning and then maybe a surge at the end of the day. Because if I'm there, that's great information. Because if I'm there and I at the end of the day, I've been there for how long? 5, 6, 7 hours? You're
out of steam. You haven't sat down. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna start packing it in mentally.
Yeah, and you're already in your head that you're not making the money. You're like, it's just going to be more efficient just to get out of here and get home. Let me start packing up versus staying engaged. Yeah,
that's great information for anybody who does these shows. It's just to hang in there and have as much and even probably more energy towards the end than you do in the middle. Get that energy up. Make sure that you go to the end of that show and then you can go have your steak or whatever.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute difference that you're going to get out of there, and a lot of my really good friends, by 3:00, they're packing up and 3:59, they're out the door. Yeah. It doesn't always happen, but I have found a lot of opportunity in that last hour when everybody else is packing up. And I'm still like, you're not rushing me. I'm here. I'm open. Come talk. I think I could be lying to myself, but I think that conveys. I've had, it's not always, but I usually have pretty good luck at the very end if I stay open and leave the lights on. I'm not actively packing up. Nobody feels like they're interrupting me if they want to look at a snake at the end, kind of thing.
That's great information. That's good information.
Yeah.
This is a busy time for snake breeders, and
it's definitely
right?
show season for me. Yeah, I don't
show season, but also it's like it's like what do you call it? Hatching season?
Hatchling. Yeah, I mean, actually,
Hatchling
I peeked in the incubator this morning. I got a pip on some eggs, so we'll hatch those later this morning too.
Yeah, awesome. Now you had a thing that you wanted to talk about. That we haven't really gotten to.
That's all right.
We usually.
What's up, Doug? See you this weekend, huh?
We get there.
Yeah. So it seems like it goes in waves, and it seems like it goes in waves when things are really, really good and people want to like put their elbows up, and when things are bad and people are most stressed out. And I feel like we're in a very challenging time, both for the ball python market in general, or the ball python market, but also the uncertainty of the economy in general. And people are starting to feel some squeezes and that stuff. And that is gatekeeping. I'm seeing it rear its head a little bit. And I wanted to like, not just like complain about it, but like there's downright bullying, which is a horrible form of gatekeeping. But then there's like the really nuanced like comments or pokes or patronizing or demeaning stuff, you know? So I wanted to like get into that. But then there's also the idea of like, hey, I worked really hard for my market and I'm going to protect it. I don't know if that's acceptable or not. Let's dive into that. But before we dive into that, let's give a little thanks here. Guys, you should check out Keeper Kane's YouTube channel. If you haven't already, Kane's a great guy. He breeds ball pythons, but also he keeps fish, aquatics. If you want to be a professional, you say aquatics, not just fish, right? Big snakes. I think he's got a retic or maybe a berm, but definitely big snakes, tarantulas, and it's all documented there on his page, Keeper Kane. He goes through the realities of keeping, building a business, starting a YouTube channel, all family friendly. And he's a great supporter of the show and a very cool ball python breeder and friend as well. So go check out Keeper Kane's channel on YouTube. Husbandry Pro, how are you going to keep everything in order, multi-generations? You don't want to have pages of legal pads dating back to the 90s. You need a Husbandry Pro, man. You need it all right there. You just scan it. Boom, there it is. Transfer to your customers. No fumbling around. Oh, when did it eat? What does it eat? What's its weight? Well, who is its parents? You got it all right there. And you could give accurate information. I just did my breeding plan for the season coming up. So check out Husbandry Pro. You get a 60-day free trial with P Royals 60. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to put in a credit card, nothing like that. Cold-Blooded Cafe. You know, if you go all the way back and you go all the way left, you're going to land at Adam's Proper Royals table. But right across the aisle, there's Cold-Blooded Cafe. It's the coolest corner in the world, man. You gotta go all the way back right there. That's where the cool kids are back there for the freshest, cleanest frozen rodents in the game, all domestically produced here in America. Nothing coming in shipping containers from across the world. Yeah, go check out Cold-Blooded Cafe right there. Use the promo code Proper11 when you order. You're going to get free shipping on orders over $200. And if you're going to Tinley and you need to buy in bulk, you could pre-order, or they will have tons of frozen rodents on dry ice ready for you to take home from the Tinley show. And last but not least, I forget to say this sometimes, but down below, there's a link to the Dr. Tom Harbin Scholarship Fund at Auburn University that helps to provide scholarships and educational funding to future reptile vets and their veterinary school there at Auburn. It's an endowed scholarship managed by a third party. So even if Josh and Alicia think less of you for being a Florida Gator, but you were to go to Auburn and study veterinary reptile vet, education. You might benefit from it. All joking aside, this helps to further our hobby, our world, and what a great legacy to Dr. Tom Harbin. So that link is down there below. And I think it's safe to say there's no amount too small. Of course, if you have a big amount, give that as well. But what a great thing to support. And again, what a great legacy for Dr. Tom Harbin. So, so Joe, like this, gatekeeping is such a term, and I realize it has a little bit of a flashpoint to it, but let me give some examples. I've heard.
Yeah, I wanted to ask this. So what exactly are you talking about here? Because there's different ways of looking at this. Yes. So examples.
So these are, most of these are, what do they say in movies? Inspired by actual events. I'm going to keep these kind of vague because we're not headhunting. We're not headhunting here. And most of it is rooted in a deep care and concern and passion for what somebody has worked hard for. And let me just say that most of it, not all of it, but most of it. So I heard an example of somebody who started vending in a new market and was seen as an intruder in that market, and was the recipient of a couple comments that maybe they shouldn't come vend in that market. And then an hour.
Was this person you?
No, it was not me. No, because my response would have been different. I would have burnt the place down. But well, this gets me fired up though. Like this is the stuff to me that's like high school cool kids tormenting other people, blah blah blah. And I really don't care for it. But an hour and a half into the show promoter comes over to that person that's new in vending and says, "Hey, somebody told me that you have mites on your animals." And that's where, like, now you're starting to ruin somebody's reputation.
Yeah.
You're not only ruining their day, they've spent a lot of money, they've driven to another town. And in the middle is this promoter who's taken the person's money, who does have a duty to go look at the person's booth. You have to take a report of mites very seriously. And if they're not healthy animals, they do need to be out of there. Meanwhile, word is spreading through the audience and the other vendors, so-and-so has mites. And
this is a thing that actually happened.
This happened. And essentially the person just wrapped up and said, "You know what? You don't want me here. I'm out of here." And they quit the show, and I don't think that they'll go back to that show. And I'm not going to say what city and who it is and all of that, but that's pretty despicable. I mean, for all the talk that we hear of, we want to build, we want to make sure that we're presenting a professional community, that we are building the industry and the hobby, for that to be the treatment. And I can say that person is above reproach. They're great, and they're great for the hobby, and they're great for the customers. And again, I'll leave it there. But I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what my response would have been in that scenario, but it would not have been very positive. So that was pretty disheartening. So I hear of that. And that's like the outright, like, bullying end of it. That's easy. We can all go, don't be, excuse the expression, but don't be a dick, like that. You can't do that. But then there's like the nuanced things of like, all these new people are buying tables now. What do you want? The promoter to go, "Okay, that's it. Only 4 of you. They're going to be 4. Like, that's not how it works, man. That's not like, and it's not worth wasting your time or being mad about or any of that stuff. And I hear that a lot. And I just, and then of course there's the world of podcasts. God bless America, man. You don't need that, anyway. So there's all, I put it all under drama when it's generic and I don't know the people involved. When I know the people involved that are on the receiving end, it really fires me up. And man, I was not born with the physique to go starting fights, but that's never stopped me, man. And it makes me like, it really, there's something in my core that just is really bothersome about.
Yeah. And there's I mean, isn't this kind of, it can be applied to so many different things. What I'm thinking about is like, whatever you're doing, whatever you're involved in, if it does not change, it dies. If
Right.
it does not change, it dies.
Very
right?
great insight. Yeah.
So, and it's not going to change by having the same people doing the same thing over and over and over again. So if you want the thing that you're doing to live on, then it has to have new people. It has to have new energy, and it has to change. That's the thing. Like, if people get comfortable, if anybody gets comfortable in the thing that they're doing, that thing will die, because it needs new energy all the time. It needs food all the time. It needs water all the time. And you're not going to supply everything that thing needs in order for it to survive. It needs to be welcoming. Everything needs to be welcome. Now, I'm just thinking out loud here, but am I wrong? And are there instances where it's like, okay, we have to calm down. We have to make sure that this is a certain way, and then we have certain vendors here and everything. Yes, I think of course, but not in a way that where we're going, this is the way it's going to be, and we don't need new energy, we don't need new life, we don't need new people. Let's usher them in, and let's make sure that they're successful.
Look, so there's a couple things. There's minimum standards that need to be met. If animals aren't healthy, if they're not well represented, and we don't want dying, suffering animals showcased at public events.
Sure.
100%. I get that. That's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody meets the standard, and that's the show promoter's job to figure that out. If somebody meets the standard and I'm bothered by them arriving, that's on me. That's not on them. Like, what do you think? In restaurants, nobody thought to sell another chicken tender? They didn't fry. They fried a chicken tender in cleaner grease, and for $10, they're giving 4 chicken tenders instead of 3. What do I got to run them out of town? No, I got to figure out how to do it better. I got to figure out how to win. Nothing is guaranteed. That's what we love about capitalism. We want that philosophical opportunity. And it's irrational how much I hate it, but I can't stand hypocrisy. And we're all hypocrites in our own ways. We all have our faults. We all have things that we've changed. But we were all that first-time breeder once. We were all that new guy. We're so good. We're such a blessing to the industry that we have to be protected now, and that we're threatened by the new guy. No, get out of here. Like, spare me that stuff. And sorry, go ahead. I'm on it.
So the people that are doing the most gatekeeping, let's say, in this world, are they people that are established? Are they people that are threatened, that can be threatened? Are they people that are like, is it due to their gatekeeping that they have the place that they have in the industry? Is it, or is it people who are not well established and want to make sure that they're established, and they start to do, they have a,
we're going to run out of time here. This is fun. I like, not that I'll do it because it's not very positive, but there's like hey Keith, thank you very much, man. Hey, you got to let me know if I'll keep it private, but you got to let me know if the deal went through, man. Thanks for the tip in the jar there.
Thanks.
That's Creative Genetics, guys. Go check out Keith on Morph Market. There's like, I want to make a video of like the five kinds of gatekeepers. Let me see if I can run them down just off the top of my head. Okay. Since you asked, Joe, and audience, you guys could jump in on this because we've all seen it. So there's the regional big guy who's not actually that big, but in that region or that show, they're the they're the big guy. So there's that one. There's national big guys and I've seen that's also the thing. I've seen some of this at Tinley the last time I was there too. There's the prominent breeder nationally that maybe has gotten so full of themselves and really believes what they're saying, but what they're saying is really patronizing gatekeeping. I'm going to let it be. I'll let that be.
If you gave an example, then people would know what you're talking
about.
Okay.
You're associated with so-and-so and you're being seen like this. And that's,
I got you. I think I heard. I think
so, there's that.
Even I do.
There's that. But then there's like, there's this whole like culture too of very, very new people that feel like they have to jump on a bandwagon because, it's a horrible analogy, but I can't even make that analogy. Never mind. But like they're so new and they feel like they're in the sea of everything that you have to jump on a bandwagon. And what unites people more than anything is pointing at somebody, creating an other, right? You got to create an other. Yeah. So if they're the other, that means I'm the good guy. So let's go after them and I'll jump on this bandwagon. So that's three of them. I don't know. Those are kind of the three things that I see. And maybe from a positive standpoint, like I struggle with this because there are, I think, a really good group. I have no idea that or let's take USARK. We all agree that USARK is a great group. They have standards and they have guidelines that they preach or represent. Or let's take snake discovery, which is sort of a hot point, but let's be very clear. I like snake discovery and I work with Ed and Emily on occasion, and I'm lucky to be able to, and they've been very welcoming to me when they could be incredible gatekeepers. Their standards of care I disagree with, not at the level of caring for an animal, but say enclosure sizes. I have to speak what I think is true of what's going to work with the animals that I sell. And that is in conflict with what they say sometimes. And customers hear this and have to choose. That could be its own form of gatekeeping, but I think that's a much more positive like outlook of, hey, here's what I believe. Here's what I've studied. Here's what my experience has shown me. But that could flip. Like what if, so there's a group, I think it's a European group, but it's called Responsible Reptile Keeping. And they have, I think, they seem like a very good group. I don't know them. I don't know who they are, but I believe they've made legislative proposals, some of which I don't agree with. Well, I like that you have great standards. I don't like that you want to codify this, that I have to follow that. So that's a struggle too. And that part, that's a whole lot more nuanced and something I'd like to think a whole lot more about rather than just ranting about, a few jerks in the industry.
Right. There's a difference. So when we started to talk about this, I did start to think about standards and who makes those standards.
Right.
And is that a form of, keeping people out? And if the intent is to keep people out, then no, that's no good. So it has a lot to do with, I think it has a lot to do with intention. If the intent is to go, we really believe in these standards, then that's a good thing. And I think that you do need that. I think that this industry does need some kind of,
there's some guardrails we could use.
Some kind of, and we've talked about this in the past, and I think maybe you don't agree as much with me on this, and because there's going to be consequences. People are going to have to change some of the things that they do or how they do things, which I completely understand. But I do think, like, if there are standards, that there are agreed upon standards, then there is it might serve to create a space where there are parameters, and people might feel more welcomed because if they fit within these parameters, then everybody who fits in between those parameters should be accepted, should be welcomed. If we have nebulous things like you shouldn't do this, or you should do this, and you should do this, then it's in the hands of the people to go, well, those people do this, and we should cut them off, and it leaves it. This
becomes a slippery slope.
Yeah, it becomes. Yeah. So, do you see what I'm saying here?
No, I do, and I've been thinking through this because, like, let me use the analogy of speed limits on a road. They're already established. We don't think about it. By and large, we probably follow them. Maybe we give 10 miles over, but if it drops from 80 to 65, we probably drop whatever we're doing 15-ish miles. And they're already there. They're already established. We already assume that we don't know where they come from, but there's some way that it was determined and established. But because there's literally almost nothing and we are in it, like, I just imagine, like, say there was our whole land where we lived and there was no limits. And then somebody was like, hey, we need these speed limits. And by the way, it's going to be 55. We'd probably be like, yeah, most of the time I'd probably drive around 55 or 60 or whatever it is. But because somebody's like, you can never do more than that, it would annoy us. Versus it already being established. Like, I'm trying to think outside of the box here. It's I'm off the top of my head. I'm just riffing, but that's but that's what I'm coming up with. And I feel like because we're vested in it and we have the insight where things that are already established and have stood the test of time, we like. If it's not established and it hasn't stood the test of time, we feel like there are all these things that could go wrong. There's all these, we start thinking of all the negative, horrible things versus, it's probably 80% right. I need to sign off on this and just go with it and roll with it.
Okay. Just to take your analogy one step forward.
Okay, cool. Since I created this thing.
To prove my point, right? If there are no, let's stick with the speed limits. If there's no,
of course it's better. Yeah, it's better. I get it.
Wait. But my point is, if there's no speed limits and there's a new driver, right? And a new driver goes out on the road, they're doing 55, and somebody else goes, why you, like, honks, gives them the finger and go, why are you doing 55? They're going to be like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm going too slow. I should be doing something differently. But if there is a speed limit, that person has the ability to go, what? I'm doing the speed limit.
Yeah, I'm doing the thing, right? Yeah.
Go around me then. Around me then. Like, it gives you, because of those standards, it gives the new people a certain bar where they go, okay, well, I'm doing this. It's okay that I'm doing this. I'm within the parameters. And if there are no parameters, then they don't have the feeling of being like, am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong?
And well-made point. We could all think of something in our lives that drives us nuts, that there are standards that we have to go through where we go, this is the dumbest thing ever. And, right? And I'm afraid of the dumbest thing ever standards. And so, yes, in a perfect world, for me, I like represent proper royals, do it right, mind your business, keep your lane, and do the good thing. And again, let's not forget the beauty of capitalism is that we can make our prices, build our brands, compete. And monopolies are anti-capitalistic. So cut out the gatekeeping, monopoly wishing nonsense, man. And I know I'll see it this weekend. Maybe somebody will come give me a little after my little rant today. Maybe I'll get a little, maybe I'll get gate kept. Who knows? Man, thanks for the spirited thought, Joe.
Yeah, it's important to talk about these things. And thanks for the chat this morning. This was great. It's always a great start to my day. I got a big day ahead, so let's get to it.
That's right. I hope it goes well. I hope everybody travels safe to Tinley. I'm pushing buttons here, trying to buy time for a smooth landing of this wonderful flight that we've had today. Listen, I hope everybody travels safe. Stick around. 9 a.m. Eastern, coming right up in 25 minutes. The unveiling of what shed testing and Phenome have been up to. That's coming up right on this channel next. So stick around for that. Joe, I hope you have a good week. And by next Thursday, I should be finally calmed down a little bit from the Tinley week of experience. And I'll tell you all about it. Same time, same place, man.
See you then.